And we're live. So we can pick up here. This is Community Open Pendragon. If you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, we get together, aim for 2 to 3 times a month, and run some Pendragon with whomever is on our Discord and has signed up for such. So just give me a sec here to get my Twitch launched here. Everything hates me. One sec. All right, sweet. There we go. Got that all set up. All right, so we're gonna pick up at Christmas Court following what took place last session with the raid into Cornwall. Obviously, anyone who wasn't there, and it's completely fine. We'll check in with you in a second, Mordecai, just to see what you want to do. In the meantime, we're gonna just resolve a couple things for some folks. We have Tiberius, we have Varys. Pete, what's your character's name again?
Wayne.
Wayne, right. So we're going to use your shield token for now as your setup.
Cool.
Because we don't have a photo for your character. All right, we're going to quickly look at a couple of things here for each of you. Before we dive in, because there is another portion of the year that we're kind of skimming over. We'll start with Drax. In 7 words or less, tell me what Varys is up to in the fall.
He continued to take jobs messing with Cornwall.
Okay, understood. Roll me a d10, please.
6.
Okay. And roll me 2d100.
61 and 30.
Okay. And that was a 6. It was even. Roll me battle, horsemanship, and weapon skill of your choice, please.
All passed.
Okay, so you take a knight captive.
Nice.
It's a household knight. I'll look at the ransom for you later, but you're able to take a Cornish knight captive.
Nice.
And you'll get 20 glory. Oh, hold on. Actually, I have a different system for that. 28 glory.
Very nice.
For your raids in. We will go to Jeremy next. Wow, 7 words or less. What did you do in the fall, in late summer?
I think probably just scouting along the border between Dorset and the expanded Cornwall, seeing as Dorset's now my home.
Border protection kind of thing? Like
Yeah, because
border
I'm building
contesting.
moat and rampart and whatnot this year to make sure that my holdings are safe.
Okay. Roll me a d10.
It's
all right. It's kind of a business as usual thing. Nothing too crazy happens. But we will give you heraldry test. We will give you a horsemanship test. And we will give you a battle test. All right.
Didn't pass the other two, yes.
So that's still worth 20 glory as you do the border stuff on behalf of your lord. If you don't have horsemanship or battle ticked, you can tick them. Drax, by the way, if you didn't have any of those three you rolled, you can tick them.
Oh, sweet.
You pass. And that's 20 glory for Tiberius.
Yep.
Okay. We will go to Owain next. We'll come back to you, Mordecai, just to buy a few more minutes here.
No problem.
Owain, what did you want to do in 7 words or less through the summer and into fall for this year?
So one big thing did happen last session for my character, and that is his squire was killed at the raid.
Yes,
and I imagine he might be related to me. And I'd probably need to either tell someone he's dead, or
that's a good point. Where are you from again?
We kind of said my father is a household knight of Sir Brassius of St. James.
Berwick St. James. Okay, Salisbury we determined, right?
Yeah.
If you want to write it here, it's this spelling.
St. James.
And so even though they're in service to Brassius, they're technically in service to his wife, Lady Violet.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Hey, sorry I'm late.
You're all good. Just hang out and we'll talk to you in a minute here. All right. So is your intention maybe to go back to Salisbury and deal with your dead? You know what? Let's see how he was related to you. I need a Winterface screen for that. Give me a sec. I need to pull a Winterface screen over. Won't take me too long here. I'm just gonna do it from one of the other servers. Taking slightly longer than I thought, but I think I found it now.
All good.
Copied it over twice on accident. All right. So, let's determine if he was or was not related to you. We're gonna do that since you are a mercenary knight. We're gonna say it's a high likelihood. We roll a d20, and if it's 18 or under, then yes. Because otherwise, like most squires, the only reason you have a squire is because you yourself aren't. Yep, you have a squire. They are related to you. Roll a d20, or had a squire. Roll a d20.
Another one?
Yes, please.
14.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense because welcome to the timeline. It was your uncle.
Oh, damn.
your younger uncle. Again, welcome
Yep.
to Pendragon. But yeah.
Hey.
So roll a d10 now, and we're gonna see if anything wild happens in your scenario. 7. No, it's gonna go off as normal. So you're gonna make. How are you approaching this? Is like care for the family, right? Is kind of the idea.
Yeah, just doing the right sort of bringing the body back and informing the family, and feel like it's my duty. Obviously, it is my duty. I would think, right? So
Yep.
just sort of doing it the right way, I guess.
Okay. Roll for me courtesy, and roll for
Courtesy.
me. To roll generous for me as well.
Courtesy.
Failure doesn't mean anything big. If you fumbled,
okay.
you might have made an ass of yourself, but a failure is no big deal. Generous, okay, so you can tick generous, and I'm going to give you a tick to love family, assuming that was your primary motivator.
Yeah, perfect. Cool.
Awesome. Okay, and what is your love family in score right now?
Right now it's 15.
15? 19 glory for your interaction there.
Cool.
Okay. We'll go to Eldon next. In 7 words, are you there, by the way? I just want to make sure you're present.
Hello, yes.
Yeah. In 7 words or less, tell me what your character does from summer to fall. What is the highlight of that time period? Because we're going to pick up with a feast.
They are training for the chaos to come.
Battle training? Combat training?
I think more combat. They're absolutely not good at battle. Yeah, I have a battle of 5. I think I'll stick to being a sword for the kingdom.
Okay. Make a horsemanship roll, spear roll, and a sword roll.
Horsemanship.
And then roll me a d10 too, by the way.
Spear.
You should have more than 0 spear. You start with spear by default.
Oh, I didn't use spear expertise. My bad.
Are you? Yeah. Go ahead.
I am. Yeah.
You re-roll
and
it.
then you said,
There you go.
and then you said
Sword.
Sword.
All right.
Okay.
And then roll a d10 for me. Okay, and 2d100, please.
34 and a 4.
A 34 and a 4.
Are these getting checked?
The ones you passed, yes. Okay. Just gonna do one more thing. Okay, and you can give me an orate test here as well.
Interesting. Wish me luck, I'll need it. You don't want any passion rolls rolled for this, right?
You can impassion yourself if you want. You run the risk of madness or melancholy if you do.
Yeah, what is the situation that I'm orating in?
We will determine who, but someone has... Basically, there's been slander against someone you consider a friend. Maybe one of the knights that you raided with. It's not a PC, though. It has to be an NPC. Okay. And you have the opportunity to speak out in their good name and defend them. The orate will determine whether or not it's well regarded, like whether or not you're believed, whether or not your word is, your testimony is taken seriously, or if it's just disregarded and they continue on with their acts.
For passions, could I use either love of family or hospitality? Because like my friends are family.
Friends are not family. You could use probably in this case it's honor, to be honest. Hospitality would be like if they were under your care. It's very specific to if someone's under your care or you're under someone else's care, like at a feast or something, or or staying with someone, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I'll try honor, see if it works out.
Alrighty.
Haha! Man, I should have kept that for my orate.
Right. Well, +5.
What is the bonus?
+5.
Yep.
Okay. It doesn't seem to make a difference. It doesn't stop the rumors. And I'll just, since the rumors are still going, I'll just maybe mention what they are. Give me a sec.
The rumors are somebody wishes to die for talking shit about my friends.
Yeah, I know a guy that kind of has to deal with that.
There was a maiden rumored to be abducted and found dead.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. So the family are the ones driving it. They're certain it's him for whatever reason. But you're quite certain, having talked to him, that he's completely innocent.
Okay.
And that's as far as that goes. So you can tick honor as well.
Thank you.
And you get 18 glory for your little side quest there. All right, we're going to go ahead and go over to Mordecai now.
Evening.
What is your character's name?
I chose Selif, which is Welsh for Sullivan.
Awesome. Okay.
So you can choose either, if it's easier.
Selif sounds straightforward to me.
Mm-hmm.
We certainly have worse Welsh names. Harder to pronounce. My favorite so far is Gwyn Win Win. That's the...
Yeah.
My do is win, win, win.
I was just going to do that.
Really?
Okay, I'm going to get you to roll 2d100. We're going to see kind of what your year looked like.
Sure.
Are you age 21?
Yep.
So you're newly knighted.
Okay, I'll just set it to 21 then.
Okay, you're newly knighted. You said yes, right? To the 21? Yep. Or okay.
Yep.
Just making sure I didn't mishear it or something. Let's see. Okay, so you. Do we know where your character's from, or do we want to? Do you want to determine randomly? You want to pick a place?
Randomly's fine.
Randomly,
I'll roll with
it is. I'm just gonna do random person to get out the access to the thing I need.
Great.
Neighboring region, so neighboring near Dorset. So
Okay.
1, 2, 3, or 4. Let's find out which of the 4 you are. I'm going to count Summerland in there because it's close enough.
Yep.
So it's going to be Cornwall's 1, Somerset's 2, Salisbury's 3, Wessex is 4. Wessex. So you're originally from Hanton. You are not Saxon.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. You are you're you're a mercenary knight, right? We've established that.
Yep.
Did we establish what your father's position was?
No, not necessarily.
Okay. I've got a perfect answer to this because we rolled randomly. We determined that you've got hold on, let me see your roll. 64, 79. Acquire revenge. Yep. Your family was displaced and murdered when Wessex showed up all those years ago. You've been waiting to be knighted to get revenge.
Awesome.
Yeah. So you've been we'll put you in Dorset because that's where everyone else is right now.
Perfect.
So you've been squired in Dorset by a household knight, and you've just come of age. So this will be your first year is doing something with this. So I'm gonna assume raids into Wessex is what acquire revenge looks like for you. Why don't you roll me sword, spear, and horse? Unless you have a weapon skill higher than sword, then you can use that instead of sword.
And spear.
Okay, 2 out of 3 is not a bad start. All right, so you're relatively successful in your situation. You took you took a bad hit. What's your what's your major wound?
15. Or, sorry. I'm new to this character sheet. Con's 15. Doesn't look like it's populated.
You know what?
major wound.
I'm not going to give you a major wound on your very first action
Okay.
of this game ever. We're gonna say you took a wound. I made a call real quick, and I probably should have thought it out a little bit more.
It's okay.
Instead, you did take a wound past your armor. Oh, that wouldn't have been a major wound anyways. That was 18 before your armor, so you would have only taken 8. So never mind. I was misspoke.
So I'm convalescing 8 hit points over weeks.
Yeah.
Over my heal
we're
rate.
starting in the winter, so you're all healed up by the time we get there.
Perfect.
But that was your first scenario, and you got 12 glory for your exchange, and you killed some Saxons. What is your hate Saxons? Do we have it on your sheet?
It is 5.
I think we need to change that.
Crank that up.
Roll for me
Do you want to just
2d6 plus 6.
Okay. So that'd be 17.
Yeah, that sounds about right. For the story we just made up for you. Yep. Okay. All right. That brings us to the actual feast. Is everyone cool to dive into that?
Let's go.
Yeah. So this is Christmas feast in Dorset, year 505. And I will cut us over. All right. So I'm gonna see what random and crazy stuff is happening here. So a couple more rolls just to set this up. And then do we have a coat of arms yet for you? Hold on. Let me do one thing first. Shun, you don't have a picture for your character yet either, do you?
Oh, I did not think to do that yet.
No,
Fine, sorry.
it's all good. So I want to ask you two questions. Just because feasts are quite visual and it just saves a lot of grief. How do you have a coat of arms in mind? If not, do you want to roll a random heraldry? And I can quickly
I will roll a random heraldry.
Okay. I'll just click it for you if you're cool with that, and we'll see what you get.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So maroon and orange, or you don't need two tinctures. So maroon's your base tincture, white is your metal or silver rather, or argent if you know that language. Per chevron and animal. So we'll see what your animal is here. Antlers. Okay. Let me see if I can do something I did the other night that worked really well and just quickly throw together something relatively inspired by this.
Okay.
So the other night it just dawned on me because blazonry's like pretty straightforward. I need to figure out what maroon is in blazonry. One sec. Shouldn't take long.
Thank you.
It dawned on me I can use AI, which is like, yeah. Let's see if this works. I can use AI to write me blazonry and then just copy and paste it into draw shield if it works. Bruno
Worth a shot.
Almost. Hold on. That didn't work out too bad. All right, I'll send you the random shield, or I'll paste it in for you, and then we can do the same thing with the other guy, and we're Mordecai, and we're good to go. Let's just make sure. Eldon. So here's your shield. I'm just gonna resize it.
Very cool.
Nice.
I like it.
Not bad for rapid fire.
Mhm.
Not bad at all.
Okay. Sir Eldon. All right, and then I'm gonna put it in your sheet so that it's there to stay.
Mm.
Oh, you have a picture of your character. It just didn't work.
It didn't
It's
work.
okay. I'm just gonna do that. And then I think I can just pretty sure there's a way to drop that over to your avatar, but it doesn't matter for now. All right, and then we're gonna do the same for you, Mordecai.
Sure.
You cool with
I
that?
DM'd you one on Discord if that's quicker.
Oh, that's great.
Just
Yeah,
because I heard you were
yes,
prepping those
indeed.
from scratch.
Just hopefully quicker, theoretically quicker.
Sorry if it's
No. Just making sure it's working. Wasn't copying at first. That's why I was being cheeky.
That's cool.
That's my religious night one.
Mhm.
Nice.
Thank you.
Selif. Awesome. Okay. I'm gonna do that with new people in rather than character portraits. Like it didn't take long with Eldon, so that's a good game plan. All right, so we have everybody. Now I'm just gonna put this on your sheet as your token so that in the future, one sec.
Anyways, we're wearing armor most of the time. We can't tell what each other look like.
Not at a feast, you're not, but yep, that's actually true. So, let's see here. I can't find your character, Mord. There we go.
Oh, in the journalists, yeah, it's way down there.
I got it. There we go. There you go. Okay. We're good to go. Okay, so we're going to start with... We're still using version 5.2 for most things. I'll be transitioning over to 6 at Boy King. Hopefully, I'll have the GM guide in the next week or so, and then I can start to actually have a full game where I can do that with that addition. We're going to get everyone to roll their app score to determine where they're seated.
And Tiberius had purchased some jewelry.
Yep.
Yep. If you have jewelry, you can add it to your modifier.
I do have
Hold on,
fine
guys.
clothes.
Fine clothes. That should be worth 1, I believe.
I go in with my award-winning personality.
Well, on the positive side, Selif, it is your even though you're no longer on the floor, you are below the salt. So at least you're one step up this year.
That doesn't trouble me. My
Yeah.
Hey,
modest is 16.
There you go. Perfect. Okay, so we'll just go through the list here. Eldon, Owain, and Varys, and Tiberius, all near the salt. Okay, so to figure out who's where, it's gonna either be Tiberius or Varys. Varys, what's your glory total?
mine's actually kind of low, I think, but 37-27.
And Tiberius?
4684.
46?
Yeah, 4684.
Okay, so Tiberius, Varys, and then Eldon and Owain before glory this year, because that doesn't get calculated yet. What was your starting glory? Because you're both new characters from this year.
From last session, does that count? Or saying no? That was
Not yet. Not till the winter phase. Yeah.
okay. So 1225.
1225. And what about Eldon?
1164.
Okay. So this will be our arrangement, and that's just order. I just like to do that for sake of ease. All right, and then we're gonna determine if anything zany's going on here. One sec.
I like zany.
I think it's a great word.
Just give me a sec here for a PDF that does not want to refresh. Damn you, Book of Uther. Work. There we go. 5 minutes later. Okay. We'll start with Jeremy. Why don't you roll me a d20, friend?
Alrighty then. It's a 4.
Okay, and I'll get a d20 from Mordecai.
8.
All right, so we're about to kick off the feast, but before we do, I want everyone to make an awareness roll. If you pass, you can make an intrigue roll. Tiberius and Owain.
No, I failed.
Oh,
Barely.
okay. I had it turned around.
It was close.
Was that only Owain or only Tiberius? I mean, yeah, that's crazy.
Looks like it.
All right, Tiberius. You observe that there is a female knight here. A dame, quite rare in our world. And a lot of the knights are sort of mocking her, but not to her face.
Where does it look like she's going to sit?
Below the salt.
Right. Tiberius wants to have a look at the knights around him that are near the salt. And he's trying to see if he can find one that looks like he's a bit down on his finances.
Okay, do you want to... I think if you're going to do this, do you want to turn this into your round one then? Is this what you want to do for round one? Okay.
It's more for seating. I basically want to bribe some poor knight to give up his seat for her.
That's what I thought you were going with. Why don't we do that? Let me just check one more thing real quick here. Okay.
I have to say this lady has the most logical passion ever.
Right? Yeah. Fear dragons. You probably should do that. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, might be a thing.
They're your friends.
Yeah. If they're real, fear them. Yeah. Okay, so you're looking for someone who looks impoverished, right? That's kind of the idea.
Yeah.
Not someone you know, but someone who looks impoverished. I think that an intrigue role would make good sense there to suss out someone that looks the part. I would also allow a recognize role for you to recognize an impoverished knight, like someone you know.
Well, that'll work.
Never mind.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. I assume I'm sure you've already taken the law for the year, but if you haven't, you get to take it. That's 18 glory for a crit as well.
Tick what for the year, sorry?
Law if you haven't already.
Oh yes, yeah, I have it already.
Yeah, I assume so. And it's 18 glory for the crit. This would suggest not only do you find someone, you know exactly who they are, and you know this will work. So we're gonna choose this person's name, Sir Daco. That just sounds like someone who's poor. I'm just kidding. It sounds like a down and try to. That came out way worse than I meant.
You the pores.
So
he must be.
Okay, yeah, Silchester. Originally from Silchester, has been a mercenary knight here. Is getting up there in age. Is quite skilled, but like is really like they lost their charger this year to age.
Oh,
and they're like they need money bad. Yeah. To continue. Yeah, it goes well. The 18 suggests it goes well. Do you want to put any sort of spin on it or any role play element to it?
I might just say to him that looking around here in this part of the feast, I mean, I'm getting a bit old in my years as well, as you can see. But a lot of these younger knights are going to be boasting about what they did this year or last year. You know, it might get, if you're talking about deeds from 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and I really would like to see this lovely lady knight not be put down by everybody else. And if you will help assist with this, how about I give you £1 of silver?
I think because hold on, let me just check something for him. Yeah, I think because he's a pretty like frugal knight. Like he doesn't really you know what, we're gonna say he's kind of proud. Like he's famously proud.
Okay.
But the way you pitch this, he's like, you can keep your silver. I will do this because it's the right thing to do.
You are a good man.
Yeah. In other words, he wants to try and claim this for himself, I think. He's like, so you get to keep your, I'm using the crit, because you get to keep your money there. And that's, so you don't even have to bribe to get this. And then since this was your idea, I'm going to give you a tick on like generous.
Thank you. Oh, we're going to take on generous.
All right. And you crit on your skill that I asked you to roll. So that's an additional geniality. So you will get 1 for near the salt, 1 for a success, and another for the crit.
Great.
All right. That brings us to Varys for round 1.
All right. First off, is his Amor Lady Bryn present at the Christmas feast?
She was displaced in here, yes? Is that correct?
Yeah, this is basically where we're holding up.
Yep, she would be here.
I believe. Okay.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Let's start off with just some cards this time around. I don't know how many I can draw at 3. I think it's 2?
2. Yeah. It's 1, 2, 4, 8 is how it works. Kind of doubles basically. So first 2 cards are only 1 and 2, and then next one will be 4,000. You're not pagan, right?
No.
So that card goes bye-bye. You are left with passing praise.
Well, that's not bad.
All right. The hostess of the feast passes by. Well, I guess we know Jonathan's married. Uh,
And I have to roll app. Is that what that's saying?
yes. So you're gonna roll your app, and on a success, or a crit, it's a great thing.
Oh, okay. Let's see how this works or doesn't. It works.
And you know what? I'm not gonna assume. I'm gonna roll something here and see what the hostess is, because it's possible it's a relative rather than his wife.
Gotcha.
I rolled 15. Quite right. Oh, or wife if present on a 13. So yeah, that answers that. It's his wife. Her. I'm gonna give her a name. Lady Non. Okay. And on a success, let's see, what's Varys look like?
Good guy from the woods.
Yeah, and it needs to not be an insult. So one sec.
Yeah.
You look like the murderer, Sir Argan. No.
You look like a hooligan.
I'm trying to think of one of the knights that's been the part. She'll say, I met the errant king, Pelennor, once, and I have to say your features quite resemble his.
Oh, you are much too kind, my lady.
She smiles. Says, your name, Sir Knight?
Sir Varys de Mala.
She looks at you a little like Mela. But she nods and she says, well met, sir. I'm Lady Non.
Ah. Pleasure to meet you, Lady Non.
All right. That was +1 geniality, 1 for the card, and 1 for your positions. 3 geniality.
That is a great round for Varys.
Yeah, right? All right, that brings us to Owain, son of Guer.
Oh. So what I can do?
Here, this is your first feast. Sorry, I'm so used to. There's so many people that have just played this time and time again. I don't even spout out all the options. So your ability here, you can gossip with intrigue. You can present yourself to someone for basic conversation with courtesy. You can dance. You can be temperate and look after the people around you near the salt and make sure they're well looked after. Alternatively, you can indulge and drink with your bros at the table, You can game, which you can do for gambling, or you can just do for fun, depending on what you want. So you roll gaming, or you can flirt. And lastly, you can pull a card, which is a brand new knight of less than 2,000 glory. You'll pull one card and you get whatever you get. It's a little more dangerous at low levels but it's fun too. Card is like what's behind the door, It's like you can get this prize or see what's behind door number 2. It's that kind of scenario. There are a couple cards in the deck that will send you away for the whole feast if you fail it. Yeah.
In that case, I think I will game first.
Okay. All right, that's
I feel
fair.
like that's what he'd be.
Do you want to gamble? Do you want to put a Libram on the line or anything like that, or
Is that a frowned upon kind of thing, or is it like
they
totally
don't
cool?
really? I think it's legitimately fine. I don't remember anything in Book of Feast suggesting that the gambling. Let me just.
I have a little extra loot from that raid in the spring, so yeah. Let's see if I can add to it.
Okay. Oh, interesting. I've never looked that up. You can totally use deceitful if you want to to cheat.
Oh, really now?
Do it.
All right, so this is just a roll against yourself in this case. And you have an opponent, right? But like we don't roll for the opponent.
So just do gaming twice, or just once.
Just you once, unless you want to. Are you betting, by the way?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and put a Libra.
How much money do you have before I get you to piss away at Libram here?
3. Exactly 3.
Okay.
I could lose 1.
He has a problem.
He has a problem. He's an addict.
Here's a question. Could another player lend them, or no, what, straight up offer a Libram for them to play with and get a check to Generous?
If it's a gift, lending is against Christian ways, but yeah.
Well, great thing I'm a pagan, but
well, that's fair. But he might not accept. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Do you want a Libram shaking it right in front of your face?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Sure.
Awesome. I'll take off a Libram and check Generous if that's all right.
I'll accept it. Yep. All right. You are given a Libram from Alden. So now you're gonna roll gambling, or sorry, you're gonna roll gaming. I don't know. You could probably impassion if you really wanted to, like if it matters. Oh, never mind.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Well, there it goes.
Yeah. Okay. You had a Libram.
I learned something today.
Yeah. And we're just gonna pick someone random here. Sir Gwilfa took it off your hand. Oh wow, he's a
swordy guy.
He's from Cumbria.
You chose correctly to lose to him. So you don't get sworded in his anger.
Yeah.
You just have to.
This guy's Mr. Garrison Judy.
He's cowardly.
Yeah, that's why I said Mr. Garrison Judy.
He's so skilled, but he's just really afraid of dying.
Yeah, right.
So smart.
All right.
Royal F is
he's not from Winterborn Gunnet. We'll say he's from the north, from Cumbria. So up near you know, I think I can do something here. One sec. Ignore this. I'm just doing it for this. Oh, okay. He's from Maris, which I very rarely ever see. What did you want to ask him? You said you wanted to do something there.
I was just wondering how, like, this is Christmas and I'm a pagan. I feel like I would know if it's weird to be like asking about Christian rituals or if it's like I should just not bring it up, or you know what I mean? Like, how
Oh,
common is it?
in
What would I
casual
already know? Yeah, would I already
Well,
know?
funny enough,
everything?
this guy's pagan. We just rolled.
Okay.
So
we're just like wow,
Yeah.
these guys are weird, huh?
yeah, you're like our Yule feasts are way better than this. Yeah.
Yeah. Is Praetor what's the host's name? Is he
Jonathan?
Christian or pagan? Yeah, Jonathan.
He is Roman Christian.
Gotcha.
The majority of the island is Christian. Wasn't necessarily that way 100 years ago, but it's certainly gone that way. With knights came Christianity. I mean, Christianity existed here for a very, very long time, but it's really eroded or replaced pagan culture in the last 100 years, with the tribes kind of having come to an end. The tribal structures ended around Vortigern's era, so which was about 50 years ago, somewhere in there. All right.
Well, I won't take up any. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead and roleplay.
No. That's I was just saying. You can go ahead and that'll be my turn to lose my money.
You still get one geniality because you're near the salt, so that's good. But you lost a Libram and you get no more. All right. We go to Alden next.
Why, hello there, folkies. I would love to draw a card.
Do it.
A
Oh,
lady flirts.
Convenient.
Success, gain 1 geniality, crit success, lady joins you, fumble. 2 geniality. How do you flirt? Oh, the flirting skill.
Yep.
how to flirt.
Well,
Most
son.
knights ask that question.
Oh, man.
Okay. So my flirting. What's my flirting game here? It's a 3. I'm not
Yeah.
very experienced.
Like I said, most
I'm
knights ask
fresh
that
off the
question.
press night.
Yeah.
God, I hate to do it again, but I'm trying to think if I can passion this. Loyalty, Lord, love,
you
family,
could.
hospitality, honor.
Probably hospitality and honor would be the easy ones, unless you can justify family somehow.
I'll do hospitality so I can maybe get a check for it.
Okay.
Also, it's my highest stat.
Oh
Boy, that's
man.
not good.
God.
Fumble number 1 of the evening.
Madness is what we're talking about here. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, there's glory in that.
I blubber and fumble, and I'm like, oh, lady. Ugh.
No. We haven't
it's
determined your
worth that.
outcome. We've determined you
Yeah.
not to go mad. Well, you're
That's
gonna.
on the better side of it.
When this happens, though, you don't get an immediate negative to the roll. It happens after. Yep. So you get to roll this normal, and then your character is likely to be brought out of the game. So,
Uh-huh.
Yeah, fail.
Okay.
It wasn't a fumble though, so that's good.
No. So you tried.
My highest stat has betrayed me.
That actually happens a lot with passions. Just as a spurt.
Like the only thing I can think of.
Do we automatically lose?
You lose a point of
it.
Yeah, you lose a point. You gain 100 glory. I think since you tried to appeal to hospitality and failed the flirting, it didn't even get that far really. I think what happens is you end up with, we're gonna have to give her a name because this might come up again, Lady Adwin. So Lady Adwin, for whatever indulgent, she's probably drunk when this happens. What would be?
Oh
what,
my god!
What
Oh
would
my
be
God.
super
Okay, I know
insulting to you?
It's she pukes on me.
No, it's your botch. It's your botch of hospitality.
Yeah, but her puke causes me to puke. So like I like retch because she retches. And I think I like retch onto her too.
I'm not
it's
sure
even
I
worse.
accept that one though. It's too much the victim and not enough the outcome, if that makes sense. That would be a reasonable thing if someone threw up on you to throw up as well. So
Yeah.
let's see here. The answer is probably pretty straightforward.
She's drunk. He's trying to take advantage, and other people see it.
Yeah, but I think it goes in a crappy direction too for a player character.
Yeah.
I think. What would be the greatest insult for your character?
Oh! You know what it is? What's her religion?
British Christian, almost for sure, or maybe Roman Christian actually.
I'm a pagan. I think what happens is we get into a loud fight over religion.
I think she's rude to you though, and you join her in it. But what she says to you isn't simple. She calls you effectively she insults you, calling you a backwater pagan mercenary knight. Like whatever she does, she strikes a nerve. It's up to you to tell me what that is, but it's something that makes you raise your voice louder than her, and then everyone sees you and you get removed, not her, from the feast.
That's always the second person.
Yeah. You shout and get mad, and the mad that you present is enough to make her feel or look the part of the victim, right? Because you're a knight, you're a big gruff knight, and she's not. So yeah. And so
Eldon is
the seneschal's like, remove this man, and then you're pulled away, and you're still shouting, you're pissed. You're not
hear him outside.
Yeah. All right, and then that lasts a while, so you're going to be in madness for this. Basically, you totally don't have to stick around, friend, if you don't want with the madness roll, but you're welcome to stick around. But roll a d6 plus 10.
Oh man.
Oof.
That's how long this will last for.
Roll low.
Oh, sorry, d6 plus 5.
Oof.
That's a d4.
Oh, there we go.
7. You're for a week. You're in this state of madness.
Still ranting 7 days.
Yeah, I think you leave town. You're like, I'm out of here. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm not staying here.
It's garbage town.
Yeah. I haven't had a madness kickoff like that in a long time.
Yeah, out of curiosity, nobody wants to break me from my melancholy, correct?
This is worse than melancholy, though.
You can break someone out of madness. Same.
Yeah, I know. I need to look at my character for a minute.
How does that work?
Is it possible one of us could have tried to intervene before he got chucked out?
No, he's got to pay the consequence of that. So it would be catching him before he's able to get to the stables and such. But yeah, you would. I think to break him out of it, you'd have to actually follow him out of the feast for one round. You could catch him
Kinda
like
trait that
Yeah, that's a
personality
lot. I'm not
trait.
gonna ask anybody to actually do that. If you guys want to, that is a different thing. But
Well, that's what I'm trying to
that's-
figure out is if my
yeah.
character would do it or not. So I'm wondering what kind of character trait it would be, why he would do that.
probably either generous or forgiving would be another obvious one. If you're highly hospitable, maybe. You guys also for three of you fought with him, so you know the guy.
I honestly think that Varys wouldn't. He's just not his character.
That's
type.
fair. Yeah, I don't think anyone needs to tell me that you're going to until you're round. If you want to, you're welcome to.
Yeah.
Let's go to Selif, and then we're in round 2, and then we'll ask the question if anyone's going to follow. How's that sound?
Okay.
Yeah. Sure.
Yoink. Selif. All right.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
This is actually really awkward because as they get into a religious argument and he gets dragged out.
Right.
I actually saw I guess I saw you roll the first course, so I don't know when that happens, but before, just as it comes out, I think I would see who are around me. I know it's probably a raucous crowd below the salt, but who would join me in a Roman Christian grace? So like
Yeah.
Domine Deus creator omnium gratias tibi, sort of very above average formal, and I might invoke the praetor as our host, and I think I jotted his wife down here too. It was oops, I just clicked edit on
Non, was it? Was it Lady Non? Was that-
Yeah,
Lady
Lady
Non,
Non.
yeah. Oops.
Okay, I would say because
I
you're
know.
below the salt, if you want to try and do anything with people that would like the hosts, it's
No, I'm not. No, I'm just as a courtesy of the people around me. I'm not like shouting this up there.
Okay,
for
okay,
sure.
you're not trying to bring them into. Okay,
No.
hilariously, probably below the salt's like where like probably a lot of the Roman Christians are near the salt or above the salt, so that's kind of fun. But you know what? I think even the British Christians understand prayer is prayer, you know, and Roman is the language, anyways, that people speak. So, I think even though it's outside their culture, what kind of role? Orate?
I was aiming at like the courtesy.
I'm good with that.
Religion or orate's fine too. It doesn't matter.
No, I'll give you. I think courtesy works just fine. If you want to test religion ahead of time for a potential +5, you may do so.
Sure. Oh, so like it's spiritual. That's the
the actual religion
passion
skill.
devotion. Oh, sure. Okay. I will try that. All right, that's a pass.
Basically, you know your words well enough to,
I'm
recite
illiterate.
them.
I'm illiterate, but I can regurgitate.
Yes.
And then that'll be a courtesy.
As all good Catholics can.
So +5.
Yes.
There. Failed it anyways.
Okay. Not a fumble. We are pretty gracious with failures over here. It just means maybe
I think that it was poorly timed considering the big argument. That just happened.
It's exactly where it's going. Yeah. It's like just as you're about to do this, all of a sudden they're shouting and people stop praying and start watching. Below salt. That's still zero, friend.
Yeah.
But yeah, you watch the knight get dragged out. All right, that brings us to round 2, and we'll ask the question now, just for the sake of Shut not having to stick around if his character's removed from the game tonight. does anyone go to wish to go to his aid? Don't feel like you have to. Like, you know,
Tiberius will check
For
this.
real, guys.
I was gonna say I think I might have talked myself into it. Was someone else gonna?
Yeah, Tiberius will check this.
You want to? Is that what you said?
I can try my hospitality, and if I pass my hospitality, then he'll go out and help. Tiberius is quite a helpful guy. He likes to help people.
all right.
Hello, Pagan.
Test your
But I mean,
hospitality.
what's that?
You can test your hospitality.
Yeah. And the survey says yes.
All right. So we know what you're doing for round 2.
Yeah, he'll excuse himself from the lady knight who he's got sat next to him. Maybe ask one of the other knights if he could make sure she's all right, and he will go and see to his comrade.
Okay. You learn her name is Lady Madron.
We cut out there.
You learn her name is Lady Madron or Lady Madron. Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I cutting out for everyone, by the way?
Just right there.
Just a little bit.
When you're saying the name.
Is it Lady Madron or Dame Madron?
Dame, sorry.
Yeah, cool.
One
And
sec
I'll
here.
say
I'm
hopefully.
gonna fix my mic. 1 sec.
Okay.
You're good. I'll say hopefully I'll return soon.
All right, there we go. Mic is back and rolling. All right. What we're gonna do with this, Tiberius, we're just gonna put this on hold a second and kind of have it be the dramatic reveal of the end of, of the scene, because as noted, if you happen to not pull him out, his attention does turn on you, right? And that could be a violent scene. So
Hopefully.
right. We'll go to Varys next for round 2.
I think after the little encounter with the hostess, Varys is going to ask his amour to dance for a little bit.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to impassion with the amour.
All right, give her. Hey, look at that.
Look at that.
You can tick that.
Sweet. And then dance. Got it on here somewhere. Where is it at? There it is.
Oh, so close.
I know.
Yeah. You enter the dance and things are going so well, and then just for a second, like someone else, you don't kind of watch, and you and someone else kind of collide a bit for a second. It's not a big deal. It's not like this super big embarrassing moment, but it's just
Right.
enough to like make a stumble,
Ruins the
you know?
moment.
Yeah, it ruins the moment.
Yeah.
All right. So close. And failure on that. So,
Person he bumps into, he's like, "Watch it, old man."
yeah.
Versus like, "Damn kids."
Kids. We used to have to dance uphill both ways when I was young.
Right.
All right, so we go to Wayne.
I will go ahead and pull a card on this one.
Do it.
Many cards, you know, so looking forward to some.
Yeah, so for the card, you want to drag from the deck, pull, and drop it, and it will Well, I'm not sure if you did already. Oh, you did. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, it's a
sage
host
advice. Praetor Jonathan.
Counsel about some problem. Whoa, that's crazy. Intrigue, huh? Ooh, there's a
That sounds like a
chance.
fun skill.
There's a chance. Boy, do I want a passion after what? Mm.
Well,
He's
gotta
probably
have
asking,
one,
Do
okay?
it. Do it.
he's probably asking about that night that just got
Ooh.
dragged out.
Okay, I know. I was like, it just. I do have a good idea though. I could try to impassion family. But that's. I feel like that's the only thing he could possibly know about me is like you're in the raid and your squire got killed in front of you. Some sort of family advice. Maybe I can try to impassion this intrigue, or no? Is that am I
No.
thinking this wrong?
No, I think what this is gonna be. If you remember in our little solos we did, Alden
Mhm.
had a friend that was basically accused of murdering a maiden.
Oh yeah, I do. Okay, I remember that. Okay.
So he comes to you with like, we're going to have to bring this to court, and he's wondering about if you know the guy, Alden's friend, and how to basically measure this guy's character, and he'll make reference to Alden being dragged out of the feast as kind of like, is that the type of character that man normally is? Because if so, I think I have my answer.
Mhm.
I don't think I can think of a good way to passion that except honor, but that feels like a cop out. I think I should just roll it regular.
It's up to you. You too can get removed from.
Don't curse him like that, dude. We
Let's
get enough
just-
fumbles in our Friday game. We don't need him on the Thursday one too.
All right, here's intrigue. We'll let it be.
Let it roll.
Okay.
Well, it wouldn't have a +5 wouldn't have helped you anyways. So
Yeah.
failure has no condition, so it's just kind of like, okay. He's like,
Oh yeah,
I should-
okay, you're right.
yeah. No, not even you're right. It's just
He's just like he doesn't believe me.
thanks
like
for your
kinda-
time. He says, and then he
Yeah.
continues on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turns
Exactly.
around and rolls his eyes. Pagans.
Yeah, that was wrong.
You know what? I'm gonna say that's what it was more so. I think he's like, I've been trying to better understand the pagan, the pagans around these lands, the ones that, especially with some of the refugees from Summerland. He's like, if you could provide any advice on how to deal with them, and I think your answer is just such a non-answer. He's just like, very well, thanks for your time.
Thanks for nothing.
Well, that's still because you talk to the host. It's still like you get a lot of
Yeah.
geniality for that.
Just for me. That's my for him. He's like to me like, okay, thanks a lot, dude.
I think I gave you the right amount. 2 for the card, and then one for near the salt. So you are at 4. All
That
right.
went well.
Do geniality to certain roles too.
Sir Selif, below the salt.
I think I'll do a feast card. So below the salt, just 1.
It's not where you sit. It's your glory. If you are
Glory.
you're brand new, so you'll be just 1
Brand new.
card. Yeah.
Great, green as grass.
Yeah. At 2,000 glory, you get 2.
Uh-oh.
Mercy, my lord.
Hey, that's actually not bad for you, I imagine.
Yeah.
That's good.
Ooh.
Merciful versus your strongest hate.
No, your assassin.
Quickly just.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
This is interesting, though. This is
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, merciful. I wonder if I could. How could you passion it? Would you passion merciful
You
first? Like I
can
could do.
passion, and if it makes sense, it would apply to like a +5 and a -5.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
thinking spiritual.
Well,
I would.
you can't trait your way up. You have to impassion. You have to use one of your
Oh,
passions.
passions.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Devotion, deity. I might just like quote some scripture that specifically says you should turn
Okay.
the other cheek.
That makes sense, man. Yeah.
Okay, I will try a devotion first to see if I can. Okay, so pass that. So this is going to be merciful +5. I want to do this quickly. I don't want to
You're
hold
all good.
everybody up. There we go.
Oh, I think we have our
Nice.
answer. You might,
Crit merciful.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Roll
And then
your
just
hate
just to make
-5,
sure.
just to make sure it's not a tie at crit. So
So it's a hate -5.
yeah. Okay. Yep. Crit over
There we go.
over a success. So,
Fantastic.
yeah, they bless you for your mercy. +1 geniality and tick on merciful. And with a crit, you get 8. That's not your true glory. 18 -5, so 13 glory.
Excellent.
You also get 2 for the card. Or yeah, just 1. Sorry, just 1 geniality.
Oh, it's hard out here.
But you did get 13 glory on top of that, which is slightly more than 1 geniality.
Yeah.
So
Started from the bottom.
okay, I
you
see Jeremy BRB. Why don't we all take a, just because it's Jeremy and
Yeah.
yeah, we'll do a quick BRB here. We'll be back in like 3 minutes and continue. See you guys soon.
All right.
Yep. Okay. We're back for the main event of round 2, which is to figure out whether Tiberius is able to outpassion Eldon, or if Eldon's going to try and murder Tiberius. So the way this works, it's called Snap Out of It if you want to look for the rules of it, but the long short of it is it's a contested passion rule. So this is a passion rule of how Tiberius is trying to snap Eldon out of it, and Eldon, you'll be rolling the passion that brought you into madness to begin with.
Oh, well, darn.
And you're not just melancholic. Like when Tiberius finds you, you're like swearing and throwing things, like you're having a fit. Like you're not your normal self.
Can Tiberius have grabbed some guards on the way, just in case he does lose his cool, you can just sort of swamp him and settle him down?
I think that's acceptable. So you're not alone having, I think if you're alone, one of our PCs is gonna die. So if that goes bad, yeah. Okay. All right. Here's the big roll, friends. So we need to know from Tiberius what's your approach and what are you rolling? How does your passion meet that approach?
So Tiberius, I think the most appropriate one here would be honor. He is a knight. He's acted inappropriately. But that, one deed doesn't define who he is. You just calm down, everything will be okay. You're still my comrade in arms no matter what happens.
Absolutely. All right. I think that's good. So when you're ready, we'll do this in the most dramatic fashion possible. So we'll start with Tiberius's honor test, and once that's rolled, we will have Alden's roll.
That's not good.
It definitely is not. But there's a chance.
Oh
yes! Oh, baby, I was so praying for it.
That thing dropped was a crit.
You lost a point because of the madness. Otherwise, you would have crit me. And that's bad.
Okay, so that would have been 18 hospitality. That would have been really nasty.
I'm like, excuse
I'll
me.
show you my hospitality.
Does not matter.
Why don't we? I think this is a dramatic enough moment. Let's give you guys like 3 minutes to actually play this out in character. And like the idea with this is, as Tiberius speaks his words, Eldon, you kind of come to think of this as like Frodo and Sam moment. Those vibes. Like obviously you're not close, but that's the idea. You're being brought out of your misery and calming down. So yeah. So we'll start with Tiberius, maybe.
Okay. So Tiberius will have, I don't know, maybe half a dozen guards along with him. But when we finally catch up to Alden, Tiberius will sort of like put his hand behind him just to sort of stop the guards and go, no need. Even though he has actually brought them with him. It's like, no. This is my good friend Alden. This is Alden who rode with me into Cornwall. This is Sir Alden, an honourable knight. And the man before me, the rage inside you, Alden, this is not you. I know this is not you. You are a good man. You are a good knight. And as all good knights, you are defender of women. Perhaps what that lady said to you was inappropriate, but you are a good man. I trust you with my life.
Your words are kind and very unusually hospitable for something is what I've done. It is a rage inside me that pummels at my heart, knowing what has happened. I cannot look you in the eye as an eagle right now, for I know that what I've done is wrong. Alas, I feel this rage that will not be quenched with soothing words, but somehow, some way, your words bring logic to this coursing fire from all of the gods. You pour ice into my fire. And now I sit here, confused and lost, and none of the gods are speaking to me on it.
You're certainly not lost. You're here with a friend. Big, deep breaths. You're fine.
All right. I think that's good. We will close out round 2 of that and move into the final round. So we aren't doing geniality when you step away, but what we'll do is we will give you glory equal to your roll, so 5. And then we'll give you a tick on generosity and a tick on honor.
Higher than this.
Fair. You said you already have a tick on generosity?
Yeah, I already have a tick on generous, yeah. Maybe forgiving or merciful, perhaps?
Yeah. Merciful, probably.
I would say, yeah,
Yeah.
I could see merciful.
He didn't wrong you directly, but merciful would probably fit. Yeah. I support that.
Cool. All right, thanks.
All right. Round 3. We're going to move Tiberius to the end of the Near the Salt group, just because he's coming back from that. We're going to go to Varys. And then what this means, Eldon, even though you're not returning the feast, we're going to give you kind of an encounter at the end of this little situation. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can stay for that. Yeah.
You don't have to. It's up to you. You don't have to.
It's more interesting about it.
Okay. Okay, that brings us to Varys first, Owain second, Tiberius third, and then Silith.
Varys is feeling a little miffed at his little incident dancing, so he's kind of just sitting there.
Oh, you're vengeful. You're vengeful.
He is. Yeah, so he is. So I'm kind of curious to see what the cards do, because they could actually put something interesting up here.
That's the wrong part. I'm going to roll this instead. There we go. Okay.
He is famously vengeful as well.
Yeah. There is one Sir Bronwyn of South Counties. Okay, Dorset. Okay, that's easy. So Sir Bronwyn of Dorset is the man who bumped
I will
into you.
note that, because I might have to deal with him another time.
Indeed. That's why I'm giving you the name. So, okay, so you got a Roaring Fire or Glory Hound.
Yeah, so lands on my clothes. Oh no. I mean, that Glory Hound one doesn't fit at all. So, all right, let's see if I get lit on fire. Dex roll. It's so bad.
Not a high dex character.
No.
Nope. Failure. The embers burn a large hole in your clothes.
Or miss one round changing your clothes. Well, I mean, that's not really an option during the last round. So,
nope. I think you are gonna lose it too, Genial, but you gain one, so you're only gonna lose one.
Yeah, it's fine.
And there goes Varys' great feast. So close.
I mean, it's still a pretty good feast for him.
Welcome to the famous title of Sir Bernie Pants, by the way. So
Yeah. Yeah, I've actually had myself get lit on fire like that.
Weekend feast at Bernie's.
yeah. All right, that brings you to a close, Varys. So we go next
And
to
you just hear a sigh from him as he looks at his raggedy, raggedy by most noble standards, getting
That's
all
fair.
burned up. And he realizes now he's got to buy some new shit.
Right. Okay, we go on to Owain's turn, who's been now he's the person in the lead of geniality. Look at that.
Yeah, that
No pressure.
that.
FNGs, man.
I mean, I gotta draw a card. It's just love it. Oh,
Uh-oh.
oh.
Oh, oh no.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh no. So good.
I love these cards.
Honest
Mhm.
versus lustful. Oh wow. My honest and my lustful are both 13. Okay.
Good luck, sir.
I'm calling for a crit lustful right here. I'm feeling it.
Yes, totally. Oh.
And now it'll just up the stakes if it's a 13 out of 13. Nope. Oh, I saw the 3 for a second, for half a
I
second.
know.
Yeah. All right.
Just point him to his wife.
right. We're gonna see who these people are. Sir Tudor and Lady Dwin. All right.
Tudor.
We'll say they're from Dorset. It's fair. They're both here.
Is this the same place we were at the beginning of before the raid? Before we went we're at the same place we were? Okay.
Yes, you're in the place you started, like before the raid.
Okay, thought so.
+2 geniality though. Look at that. Rather than
Yeah. What's the one for the turn?
rather than a childbirth roll. So
Yeah.
yeah. that could have gone. That would have been a arc defining moment for Owain, I think.
Look at you all blinged out.
Yeah. And
Yo, can I get?
Oh yeah.
Yo, hey, can I get some? Can I get some?
There you go.
Who gave me the Libra earlier? Came back with a geniality.
Right? It's all good. Tiberius is usually pretty good with the geniality too. If he didn't step away, he might be still. Especially with that law skill.
But especially there's been feasts I've had like one geniality at the end of it.
Right? All right, Tiberius, you are back on the feast. Yeah.
Alrighty. I'm going to finally draw some cards that I've been looking forward to this entire time.
Perfect.
I'll be careful what you wish for.
Alright, let's see what we have. We've got that.
Keeps things interesting.
Okay, we got that. Oh god, that's actually interesting. Like, it totally fits with what happened, but it was the dispute. It was the turn before that it happened. Because I've got Knight Insult to Lady. It's like, oh man, if that was the turn before, that would have been
they're
totally
in your hand. That's why. Okay.
Yeah, do you want to dump them to the screen just so we can show them and stuff?
Oh yeah, sure.
Awesome.
Is that one? That one.
Oh, look, you're popular.
All right. Which one do you want? I can see a lot of these working. I mean, the first two fit your feasts are quite well.
Tiberius saving the honor of ladies everywhere. Yeah. Although the last one helps everybody, I think.
Platter, yeah, temperate success. Player,
Just
yeah,
in
it
skill on
does.
temperate. My temperate's any good.
Same area as you. So everyone,
Which is almost everyone.
it's almost everyone. Poor Salif off down there, but yeah.
Yeah, and I get a check to my loyalty lord.
All right, whichever you want. It's totally your choice. There's no host card, so I can't demand one in any particular way.
It's not loyalty lord. It's player knight's order, but I don't have
player
one.
knight's order, but we don't have one. Yeah.
No. Let's go with sorry, just give me 2 ticks.
Well, you guys could form one.
What's that? Sorry.
You could
form one, and
Form one. Looking at.
That could be what the card's about if you wanted.
Sorry, I missed what you're saying. Sorry.
Is everyone hearing me cut out? Just checking.
No,
Just
No.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
Are you talking now?
No, I'm typing.
Okay. You can. I could form an order. Ooh.
With your fellow Wayne and Varys, and technically, even though he's not at the feast, like Alden, because you guys fought together.
If you guys would be interested.
That would be what the card is about. If you want to take that, I think.
Yeah, it's basically what it's doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'd have to win the temperate first, though. So.
Yep.
Let's see if I can win the temperate.
Getting an order is pretty big.
Yeah, and it passes.
Yeah, let you impassion off of it later, so it's good. I already have a loyalty to Sir Tiberius as well, so that's
You do
cool stuff.
in the cards. You have to test both, though.
Oh shit, that's bad then. Indulgent. It'd be terrible if I pass indulgent because it's a 5.
There you go.
Thank God.
Yeah, I thought the odds were low. You're all good. All right, so you guys can come up with what your order is, as you guys go. So one. I'm not excluding you, Selif. It's just you weren't there for like the start of things, so it might be something. Yeah.
It's just they're seated in the same area. That's all good.
Yeah. So Owain, Varys, Tiberius, and Alden technically we'll assume is part of this at a later point. You can all roll 3d6, and that is the start of your loyalty to your order, and you can tick it automatically once. You can tick it for next year.
It's not bad.
I'm not really into this.
It's fine, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Wow.
I guess.
You know
I
what?
think it's got these angles. Everyone's like,
I did bad.
No. Anyone who rolls a 1 can re-roll the 1 once. Just once.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. That makes sense, though.
Wow.
I think when you got 38.
Those are 8.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's a nice swing.
Alden is like, this order is my life now. This is a famous passion.
Oh, that's way better.
Yeah, I'm up to
Yeah.
11
Wait, no,
now, so.
I rolled d8s.
Yeah, you're all.
You're like, man, I killed this. Like, you're rolling D100s, man.
You get to read all the one,
the
though.
1. Yep.
Okay.
I hate that. 7, 8. Well, the good news is you got a 10 and you get to tick it, so you're probably going to go to 11 or 50-50 chance to go to 11 next year.
So what did everyone get? So what did... so I ended up with a 14. Varys, what did you end up
Mine's
with?
an 11. Yeah. 11 with a check.
And Owain, what did you end up with? 13? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll make one. And got a 10 in the end, I think. Does that look right, Joey?
Yes,
Yep.
it does.
That's very cool. Congratulations
Yeah.
all.
And I got a 3 loyalty to Sir Tiberius directly.
Yeah, but what is that? What What is that at though? That's pretty low, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 3.
Yeah, see?
Matter of fact, I actually have a directed trait for Proud Homeland at 3, so I like you as much as my homeland.
That says a lot. That says a lot.
You had a loyalty
Yeah.
to Sir Tiberius? Is that what it was?
Yeah, from when we were doing stuff with all the before all the assassinations at Elbins and stuff. Yeah,
That makes sense. Yeah. All right.
yeah.
There we go. And before we close out the round, we're gonna go to Selif and then go to Alden for a little tiny event outside of
Awesome.
the feast.
I have a loyalty to Varys, but mine's 10. I like you more than you like me.
Yeah, Varys is very suspicious. So
Varys got loyalty issues.
Yeah.
Something about
his
growing up in
brother betrayed
Malahut.
him at St. Albans, and you know,
Malahut just sucks.
hey.
Only people from Malahut can say Malahut sucks.
Right.
I feel like after that last round, what I had, mercy, my lord, these several ladies had asked me how merciful I would be if I were confronted with my hated foe. So I felt like that was a bit of a jab. Like Saxons did murder my entire family.
Yeah.
And being forced publicly to sort of orate out loud, offering clemency has kind of got me boiling.
Gotcha.
So if I can, I think maybe an intrigue to get my bearings here. A couple questions are so I had switched the homage to fealty. So who would that fealty be to? Is that Praetor Jonathan or another knight? As a mercenary in this court.
That's a good point.
It could be a senior knight of any sort. I don't mind if it's a player character as well.
Fealty to Libra.
I mean, obviously.
I'll give you a choice. You can choose a fealty to Jonathan, or you can wipe the passion off your sheet for now and be a man of the coin. You know, a man of the Librum.
I'll say Jonathan.
Okay.
So then, with that
She
handled,
was sitting there. This player night.
getting my bearings in Dorset as well, because I squired here. I feel like maybe I would start up an intrigue or a courtesy, just to get the lay of the land. I'm very young, like I'm 20.
Yeah.
I'm newly knighted. And like, is there a spring campaign? And I know that this would be very forward.
Yeah.
But just to kind of nut up in front of everyone after having to publicly just explain how merciful I would be towards the Saxons. I feel like I have to be even-handed in this. So maybe just a hate Saxons, passion, and then a intrigue, because it's not that high for me.
If you roll for hate passion, what you're asking is, can we go and kill some more Saxons soon? Right? That's
yeah. That's what I'm getting at. It's like,
Okay.
when's the as a 21-year-old knight, my next question after that last round is, okay, what's the spring campaign looking like?
Okay. That's fair.
Okay, so that succeeded. So this will be a there we go. Okay. So success.
All right. The knight. Let's see. This is going to tell me a lot. Sir Iorth of... Oh, look at him. He hates Saxons too.
All right. My brother.
He, you approach him. You overhear him say something. That's your successful intrigue. You overhear him say something about the only good Saxon is a dead one. when he's talking with some knights.
Of course, sir. I'm eager. I'm newly knighted, and I'm eager to get out there in the spring. Have you heard of any plans for the campaign? Do you know the marshal?
He looks you over. I'm gonna give him a recognized roll, but it's not gonna be like good. you know.
No.
What's your glory? You're brand new. Yeah, no.
Glory right now is 25.
He just, this is a man like he's in his like 50s. You know, he looks at you and he sort of squints and almost like trying to read your caliber, and he says, "You can sign up anywhere, boy, if your plan is to simply find glory on the battlefield."
Of course, and I hope to be well paid, and I hope to pay the Saxons back in kind for what they did to my family and many other families in this court.
And what is it they did to your family?
Murdered them all in Wessex, as we were organizing to flee to Dorset when I was much younger.
He looks at you and he nods and he says, "We'll talk when the thaw comes. Have your riding horse ready and your charger."
Absolutely, sir.
You find it's
Thank
a
you.
little bit discreet. It sounds, you with your intrigue roll, it sounds more veiled than most things would be a little more obvious and upfront. And
Okay.
he sounds like his voice sort of softens a little bit. He quiets a bit. There's something more to this. You can't quite place what it is.
Okay.
It sounds
I
like some
say,
kind of secret mission you just got
Yeah.
brought into.
I will look for your colors when the first thaw comes.
He nods. All right.
Nice.
And with that, we're going to go to Alden. So we're not going to leave our bro out of things. Why don't you roll 2d100, sir? Oh, by the way, I got to give you a geniality. Look at that. 2 below the salt. That's not a bad gig for a brand new character.
Yeah, I know. He's
Coming
only
up.
1 point behind me, and I'm at the salt. Here's salt.
Yeah. You encounter Alden, a knight returning from the privy as you're kind of walking through the halls. Give me a recognize roll. I'm going to give you a +5 on this one because it's somebody you've encountered.
Okay. Makes it a 10. Hey, I recognize him.
He is an older knight, apparently, because he's got loyalty Uther. So, his name is Sir Bledig. He is a veteran of Albans, veteran of the age of Uther. That would put him in his late 50s. He is also known as a bit of a romantic, but he's also one of the voices behind your friend's slander, or your friend who is blamed for the maiden's death. And he turns to look at you with a little bit of a he looks at you and you can tell that you both recognize each other. He just saw you get dragged out of the feast. right?
Yeah.
And he's like, it's just the two of you in this hallway, and he says, pity. I'd hoped that the guards would have skewered you after such an insult.
Wishing harm upon a fellow sir seems beneath. I am curious, though, why somebody with such a sharp tongue would call upon false claims upon somebody I know.
There's no false claims. Your
Then
friend,
tell me your side. Sorry.
your friend is responsible. There were many eyes that saw him speak to her that night. And it makes sense, given the recreant knight he keeps in his company. You just got called a recreant knight, which is a knight who is renounces honor, often through cowardice or betrayal. Implies both moral and martial failure.
Where's my vengeful? Okay. Okay. Vengeful. Is there anything else? Reckless is
That youthful
9.
blood, Tiberius.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only just settled this guy down and he's off again.
Man, the thing is, my character, out of all of his traits, like, the only, like, negative considered trait is lustful. And suspicious. Lustful and suspicious are his bad ones, but, like... I think I would talk to him about justice. Because I have a
I
no,
need
I'm
first.
Valorous. Holy shoot, I'm Valorous. I have a 16 Valorous. He called me a coward.
But coward does only matters if you're stung by it. And now,
That's a point.
yeah, I would say, in this case, it's a pride test versus, and you only roll one of these. So if you roll pride, and you succeed, that's it. You don't roll modest, or you can roll modest, and if you succeed, that's it. And then from there, if your pride is flared, we'll go to the next part of this, which is just recourse. Yep.
I don't think it makes sense for me to roll modest right now. Well, I just did get conned. I feel like this is the moment where I am proving if I can keep my pride down, or if it is that I'm too proud for my own good, that I'm easily triggered. So I'm going to roll proud.
Okay.
Good luck, sir.
Fair.
All right. Test modest. Oh,
Nice.
that says something. So 13 is your modest now. Proud is 7. And you get 12 glory. And you get to tell me what in this moment makes you realize that perhaps thinking clearly through this rather than reacting is the better part of valor.
I think what happens is that I realize that I'm not breathing as this person's talking to me, and my hackles are just getting raised, and I'm just like being more and more filled with this harm to my pride, and I bottle that all up and just like breathe it out like Tiberius told me to do. And I'm just like, I cannot control how you think of me, but I hope that when it comes to the day at the court, you will see that me and my friend are not the kind of men you claim we are. I think I give him like a respectful like head bow, like showing honor to his age and experience, and I just like give him the exit.
And it's almost like you didn't give him the response that he wanted, and so you won that exchange, right? Like, but he's not satisfied with that, and he says, "We'll see that justice is done." And with that, he kind of like eyes you for a long time, like eye to eye. And then he just walks off in a huff.
Yay! This is 12 XP?
12 glory.
Glory, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, you get 12 glory. I'm going to give you a tick on honor, too, for handling that honorably. So,
Nice.
as coming to a fist fight or something in the middle of your lord, in Jonathan's halls might be quite the slight. Or it could be a hit to hospitality, honestly, but we'll go with honor for this one. There are a lot of things on the line there.
Yeah.
And this is also kin of the maiden that was murdered, so like he has a good reason to be upset.
So bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe misdirected, but he has a good reason to be mad. Dorset.
I'm so proud of you.
All right, guys.
Just to be clear, that's the end of me for tonight.
That's the end of everybody for tonight.
Oh,
yeah. The game is over. So is the year 505. So you all can go ahead and end winter phase. I will move you there. You can do that whenever you want. I'll just put you on the winter phase list.
Do we get glory per geniality?
Yes, you do. So it's 10 glory per geniality is what we do in this game. So I'll put you back there real quick because I realized I lost count. Actually, I'll just count it.
Winter phase have the attribute buff stuff on it? It does. Okay.
Wayward Wife comes with us to the winter phase.
That's funny. Okay, one sec. So Varys had 30 glory. Owain had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 70 glory.
Yeah, that's good. Good feast. That's like legendary.
That's a great
legendary.
50 glory
it
for
is.
Tiberius.
I mean,
I
to give you an idea, like Ferris is lucky if he gets 70 glory a year.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So there are your numbers, gang. Yeah. Hope you all had fun. That was a fun one for me to run. There was enough curveballs on that one.
Yeah.
Kind of wasn't straightforward, so it was nice. All right. So obviously probably not gonna do this next week. We'll see if it will be last minute. But we'll probably be back the week after that, assuming there's no other surprises. So hope you all had fun, and we'll see you next time.
For sure.
Happy New Year.
Is anybody staying for doing winter phase on here?
I am briefly.
I'll be doing winter phase now.